Imagine this. You've just locked in a triangle choke around that guy that you've been trying to tap out for weeks, and all of a sudden, your calf seizes up, you've got a calf cramp, you've just tapped yourself out. If this has ever happened to you, you've clicked on the right video. Welcome to the channel. My name's Kieran. Here we're all about jiu-jitsu, film, and lifestyle. So consider subscribing if you're interested. Calf cramps. What causes calf cramps during jiu-jitsu? Well, there's two different types of calf cramps. First up, we have exercise-associated muscle cramps, which is what we're concerned about here. The second type of cramp that's most common is called nocturnal muscle cramps. And this actually applies to 37% of the population. We're going to talk about what causes exercise-associated muscle cramps in athletes. Again, this is really common. There's two predominant theories as to what causes exercise-associated muscle cramps. The first, you've probably heard of this one before because your gym bro probably told you, it's because you're dehydrated and your electrolyte balance is low. So the theory goes that during exercise, because you're sweating a lot, because you're working hard, you're losing a lot of electrolytes and fluid balance from your sweat. And this imbalance in your muscles causes your calf to cramp or your muscles to cramp. Just because this is the most common theory, it's actually not supported by the science. There is no repeatable scientific studies to suggest that electrolyte imbalance or even hydration status has anything to do with your likelihood of having muscle cramps. Now, the second theory, which is the newer of the two theories and is more supported in the scientific literature, has to do with something known as peripheral neurological disorder, or in layman's terms, in bro speak, it's basically muscle fatigue. During exercise, the harder you contract your muscles and the longer you contract your muscles, what happens is you have something known as neural fatigue, or your ability to contract your muscles voluntarily diminishes ever so slightly, and your body responds to that by seizing up, and that is what we know as a muscle cramp. Very, very common, this occurs in your calf. So this was happening to me for my first 2 to 3 months of training jiu-jitsu. I was getting calf cramps every 2 to 3 days. It was horrible. Anytime I started to feel it seize up when I was going for some sort of triangle choke, I had to let go of the choke because I just didn't want to tap myself out with a self-induced calf cramp. So I decided to tackle both theories at the same time. The way I addressed the first with the electrolyte imbalance is I started to consume electrolytes in the form of a simple electrolyte powder before and during my sessions. It's really helped. But what I also did was combine that with more stretching. So to address the muscle fatigue theory, what has been supported in the research is more mobility work, specifically more warm-up, cool down, and static stretching work. So the more you stretch and focus on your mobility, the less your muscles will fatigue during exercise and the less you'll experience muscle cramps. By taking a 1-2 combo approach, addressing both theory 1 and theory 2 at the same time, I've been able to almost eliminate muscle cramps. I honestly can't remember the last time I had a calf cramp during jiu-jitsu, which is fantastic. So I highly recommend getting yourself a high quality electrolyte powder and focusing on your mobility work. That one is essential. If any of this information helped you, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking and subscribing the video because it does help to support the channel and get this information out there in front of more people. And leave a comment below. What's your experience with muscle cramps? How often do you get them? Is it predominantly in your calf or somewhere else? I'm really interested to hear about what other people out there are experiencing in their jiu-jitsu journey. So to all my white belt friends out there, thanks for watching, and until next time, see ya.